yesterday, Biden was hanging out with the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Brilliant. He was brilliant as always.
The three of you had one of the same coaches that I had, the great Tubby Raymond, who was named, who was, anyway, he's a hell of a coach.
Anyway.
I played freshman football at Delaware. And ended up low at, I shouldn't say this, but you had to have a 2.0 to keep going. I had a 2.99.
No, you didn't.
I mean, a 1.99.
There you go.
My mother made me quit, but I went back out my junior year to play in my senior year.
Okay.
And while Tubby was the assistant coach, I played defensive back. And after running the drills in that spring practice, he came over and he said, "Biden," and now he kind of coughed when he talked to you like this. Some of them remember this. "You run faster backwards than anyone I've ever seen." Well, my political opposition thinks the same thing of me.
Please clap.
The
worst. He's incoherent.
He thinks he's charming.
I know.
And he's just pathetic. Just pathetic. The braggadocio that he tries to add into every event he does like this, where, I played football too. I could have been in the NFL, but I only had a 1.99 grade point average, which is embarrassing to bring up. At Delaware, you had a 1.99?
Because he's lied in the past about having, what was it? Was it honors or something?
Right? Highest honors. He graduated highest honors with 3 degrees.
I do believe I have a much higher IQ than you do.
Right. But you got a 1.99 grade point average and had to drop football?
In his defense, though, the reason he had to drop out of football is it's pretty demanding. You do 2-a-days, you show up early. He was too busy going to the black church every day. So he didn't have time to do all the football practices. You got one or the other, man. It's only 24 hours in a day. What can you do?
It's a good point.
Boy,
it's a good point.
He sucks in so many ways. I told you, man. We are out of words.
Did he say that 3 of the Kansas City Chiefs were coached by Tubby?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
that can't be. That cannot be. There's no way that a coach who was coaching him coached any of the current Kansas City Chiefs. We should fact check that as well. I think 3 of you were coached by him as well. What, in 1936?
Well,
no, I don't think so.
Let's see. He was good old Tubby Raymond.
Yeah, okay, Tubby Raymond.
So he was at Delaware from 1966 to 2001.
Tubby Raymond was?
Yeah.
Okay, at Delaware. Okay. None of these guys graduated
I don't know.
By 2001.
Do we have to fact check this serial liar?
That's 22 years ago.
So maybe there's a coach.
Maybe a coach, yeah.
Or 2 or 3.
That's possible.
I mean, he's not even worth the effort of Googling.
I know it's not Reed, because Reed went to BYU. So it's not him. Maybe he's got older assistants or something that were coached by Tubby.
Let me go ahead and fact check this right now. Oh, it's inconclusive. I don't know.
Nobody looks into this stuff, though.
I know.
They all want to protect him.
I know.
KJP was asked yesterday how much Joe Biden was involved in, when the plane went into a restricted airspace the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently the people were, I don't know, unconscious at least, if not dead. And so they scrambled the jets because, it's in restricted airspace. It might have to be shot down.
Yeah, you might want to.
Of course, the government said they didn't have anything to do with it, with it going down, with it crashing.
But you probably want to enlist the commander-in-chief in something that urgent of a threat.
So how much was Joe Biden involved in that?
All right.
And here's what KJP said.
Does the president have any role in the decision
Any role in the decision?
F-16s, or is that process
you kidding me?
Self-contained? Does NORAD and DOD, NSC?
So what I can say for sure is that the president was certainly briefed and throughout the process and kept abreast. Can't speak to the exact process and what comes first and how it all runs down. Clearly, this is a Department of Defense that kind of certainly led this operation.
Certainly.
But can't speak to where the president where the president kind of engaged or not. I can tell you that he was certainly kept abreast.
Well, you can't tell us where he engaged or what he did, but you can tell us he was definitely engaged and abreast.
Yeah, he kept abreast.
Yeah, good, okay. I think we have an indication of just how involved he was.
Yes, at the exact time.
Yeah,
that the plane stuff was happening. Yeah, look at that. There he was
out on the golf course. You can see how abreast he is on this, how engaged.
Yeah.
How briefed? He's definitely briefed.
Well, they're letting him drive that cart? What the heck? Wait, cart path only rules. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
He doesn't have to abide by those rules, Keith. He's the president of the United States.
So that corrupt Joe Biden was out with his corrupt brother playing golf.
Oh, was he?
So that was fun.
Jim?
Yeah, sure. And
Bob, whatever.
But as you saw, he was engaged and
he was abreast.
Kept abreast.
Yeah, that's great. Also, yesterday,
if that's honestly though, and Chris made this point earlier off the air, that's a Republican president during an impending attack on our nation.
Golfing.
Yeah.
What is being said on CNN today? That's all they'd be talking about.
Yep. They would have an expert, like some talking head would be in there saying,
gosh.
I mean, look, President Trump, when the nation is potentially under attack, he doesn't need to be out there hacking away, which terrible form by Joe Biden, by the way. I'd love to see where that shot ended up.
The guy's 80 years old. I mean, he's lucky to be able to hold the golf club.
Has he fallen yet today?
Probably. Probably.
Because his day's almost wrapped up. So he's got to get that trip in.
Well, yeah, they'll be putting a lid on it. Well, he's not even up yet. So after he gets up, they'll put a lid on it 5 minutes later.
What do you think his favorite breakfast food is? Probably like
gruel.
Bran flakes.
Because it's all he can get down with his...
Bran, straight up.
Yeah.
He eats those big old, those shredded wheat things that you just put one giant thing in the bowl and then you chop it up with your spoon.
Okay.
You're not familiar?
Maybe. Yeah, very familiar.
You should hang out with 98-year-olds sometime.
I'm familiar. I had parents. They ate that kind of stuff.
How do they do it? How is that?
I don't know. It's so nasty. If you dump like a whole thing of like a pound of sugar on it, you can almost get that down, but not without that.
I mean, my Nana.
Nasty.
I mean, I'm like, what? Like, people mock me for eating Basic 4.
Yeah.
It has great flavor. It's got, yogurt covered stuff going on and raisins and cranberries and whatnot. I mean, she'll take like this giant, just dump it in a bowl. It's not even shredded at that point. It's just.
And then she breaks it up with her spoon.
Yeah, breaks it with her spoon. And like maybe there's like buttermilk or something in there. It's like, what is happening? Ugh, gross.
I don't know. Between that and grape nuts, I don't know why you would eat any of that.
No.
They're just nasty.
There are other alternatives.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, y'all.
Right.
That's not all that's on the shelf.
That's right.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, it may be soon, but not yet.